Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. So, as Season 6 closes and we wait for the new content, this seems like a good opportunity to go out and try and learn something new. One of the whole points of this channel is to demonstrate the breadth of gameplay that Battlefield has and to encourage people to go and do new things. So after seeing Marzipan Dan's effort at learning to fly about 2 months ago, I decided to confront my demons and do the same. So let's just be clear on a couple things up front about this video. First, this video is not a guide. It is intended to be an entertaining account showing genuine gameplay of how I went from total noob in a jet to slightly less bad. If you are new to the game or flying a jet, I think this video could actually be very useful for you to see it from a noob's point of view, but if you want a genuine guide, I strongly recommend you go check out Antisocial Elf's page. He'll have you covered for the advanced stuff. The next thing I would just say is the way I've structured this video is to actually reflect the journey that I went through in terms of learning the jet to get to a level of basic competence to be able to actually put up a fight in the game. When you first step into a jet, you are going to get hammered. Just accept it. If it makes you feel any better, just respawn as Lees and hammer the dude that shot you down. It's good therapy. Okay, so just quickly, phase 1 is what I call the survival phase, where you're concentrating on your flying, maneuvering behind other enemy pilots, and switching between cockpit and third-person views to use your machine guns and your IR missiles to take them out. Stay away from ground targets, don't even think about going after Wildcats, just stay alive and practice. Phase 2 is where it starts to get a bit more spicy. Wean yourself off of depending on missiles and try to use only your cannon to kill other aircraft.
Yeah, people!
Now there's two main reasons why you want to do this. First, you need your cannon to get rid of those pesky night birds. Phase 2 is tricky at first and I'll talk more about it when we get to it, but I promise you, you get good quickly. I also have to admit, on a personal note, if you play Nightbird, hey, that's cool, everyone to their own, but I love sending those guys straight to hell. Glorious. But the second reason to switch to cannons only is so you can get these bad boys, the Hydra Pods. So not only are you more effective against high armored aircraft like the Condor and the Hind, you can now go after ground vehicles, including the jet's nemesis, the Wildcat, and become much more effective for the round. You're not just sitting around in the air waiting for other aircraft to turn up. If you have the Hydra Pods, you are way more useful. In this particular example, it took me 3 passes to finally take it out, but don't worry, I did get better as I practiced more. And the last phase is to start ticking things off of my Battlefield bucket list. The first is pulling off a Rendezook. For those who aren't familiar, when you fly a jet to the very top of the map, the jets stall, they freeze in the air, and it gives you a chance to do an awesome maneuver.
Come on, man, do some of that pilot shit. Yeah, I got him.
Okay, you're mine. Jesus Christ.
Just as dead. Yeehaw!
Of course, it's only a successful Rendezook if you actually manage to get your own plane back.
Well, that's a big gamble with a $30 million plane, Lieutenant.
She's not wrong, that often goes wrong, and I'll cover that later in the video. And finally, nobody can be my age, nobody can be born in the 80s and not try to recreate one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history. Indulge me.
What are you doing? You're slowing down! You're slowing down! I'm bringing him in closer, Merlin. You're gonna do what? I'm gonna hit the brakes, he'll fly right by. Shit, he's gonna get a lock on us! Now! I'm maneuvering for a shot. Stay with him, Matt. Stay with him. Don't let him go. Keep on him, Matt. Keep on him. I got him. I got him. Damn it! Missed! Get him, Ice! Get him! Okay, you guys, I'm coming in. I'm on his tail. I'm on his tail. I'm going for it. I'm going for the shot right now. Fire! Bingo! Flush that sucker, yeah!
There'll be a few more Top Gun jokes, but I'll try to keep them in check, guys. Right, last thing, good pilots. I need your help with something. When people whack a Wildcat on top of a skyscraper and then put Irishes all around it, what do you do? I've only got one solution for this.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
If you got anything better for me, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, that's it. That's the structure. That's the format. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Okay, let's bring it back to phase 1. All you should be focusing on here is staying behind your target and getting your IR missile shot off. When your target flares, like you're seeing there, they cannot be locked onto again for another 7 seconds, so switch to cockpit view and use your cannon. When the 7-second passes, switch back to missile, take your second shot for a nice chunk of damage, which they cannot block, back to cannons and finish them. If it takes you longer than 20 seconds to get the kill, your opponent will get another flare and you have to begin the process again. I know that some of the self-proclaimed pro pilots will give you heat in game chat for using IR missiles, but you do you. The only thing to note if you're chasing someone or being chased is below 30 meters, you can't get a lock.
No. Below the hard deck does not count.
More often than not, players go that low by accident though, so just wait for them to pop up and take a shot.
D1.
Switch to cannons, finish them off.
Please return to the engagement area.
I decked my ass. We nailed that son of a bitch.
The IR missile is also good for doing damage to chunky targets, namely the Hind or the Condor. Early on in your jet journey, it really isn't a bad idea to soften them up with 1 or 2 missiles first before going for the cannon kill.
Control over initial sectors.
Good job.
Now, as I said in the introduction, I wanted to show you warts and all. This is one of my earliest flights, and throughout this, I just want you to notice, in addition to trying to follow this target, how much my wings are wobbling. I'm clearly not very used to flying. Setting yourself the target of only using cannons from day 1 is not realistic, and I hope this clip can show you why. I mean, watching it again, making this video, I'm wincing. I am all over the place.
Majority control.
However, when your kills start to look like this, you're ready to leave phase 1. When you can shoot like that, it's time to start giving up the missiles, which takes us nicely to phase 2. So again, as with the phase 1 part, this is early days on this footage of me trying to take down jets with cannon only, and as you can see, it takes quite a lot of time. Key things to have at the forefront of your mind: don't overcook the guns, short bursts of fire, and 2, take into account the projectile drop, which is actually quite pronounced in a jet.
Attacking Charlie 1.
One of the most difficult things to do is to follow better pilots on really aggressive turns like you're going to see here. It's very hard to do on default keyboard and mouse controls. But look, do the best you can and inflict as much damage as you can. Maybe someone else will get them.
Bravo 1 is no longer out.
But yeah, as I said in the intro, keep practicing, keep working on that steady beam, and you'll get your reward, yeah?
I'm kind of stuck along for the ride.
Yes!
So just to close out this section, a few final truths. First of all, if you saw Marzipan Dan's video, you'll see that Condors are an absolute magnet for jet pilots, so take advantage of that. And as we're about to see in phase 3, Hydra Pods are not always great up close against aircraft, so sometimes it is better to switch to the machine gun.
Control. Bravo 1 under assault by Allied forces.
Okay, here we go, Hydra Pods. Now I have to admit, these are a little bit more difficult to use than I thought at first. And this is, honest to God, my first attempt at ever using them. Here we go. So yeah, a little steep on the approach and a little bit late in firing them. Never mind, let's get another jet and let's see if we can do better on the second approach, shall we?
Hostiles have taken Delta sector.
Going that low, I was asking for trouble, and the recurring theme you're going to see on these opening passes, I fired way too late. I think I'm about to be fired from the Air Force.
But you remember one thing. You screw up just this much, you'll be flying a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Yes, sir!
Better get this one right then.
Watch out, watch out!
God damn it, Maverick!
Okay, let's get serious. Jokes aside, this is the perfect range you want to open up. Roughly 700 meters away, the Hydra Pod missiles will converge beautifully on the target.
Get him.
You also have plenty of time to pull up and get away without crashing into anything and reducing the chance of getting shot. Honestly, just keep that rule in mind. Give yourself 600, 700 meters, you'll be absolutely fine.
Enemy armor! Distant!
Now we've got it down, let's go take on some Wildcats and see if we can make a bigger impact on the rounds we're in.
There's also a Wildcat back here somewhere, so be careful. I don't know where it went.
Okay, so 2 mistakes there. 1, it was a little bit flat on the approach, and 2, I didn't mark it, so now I've lost sight of where it is.
Both, technically.
So had I marked it, I reckon I could have ended that in 2 passes, but as it is, I've got to go around a 3rd time. Let's see how we can do.
Bookend. We're losing A1.
Of course.
So it's a win, but honestly, it was a bit sloppy. Let's see if we can do a bit better.
Going into C1. Oh. Nice one.
Good grouping, but again, a bit shallow. Okay, let's take on Wildcat number 3. Can we do better?
See?
Yeah, they're inside C1, they took C2.
Now here, I've evolved. Instead of turning sideways, I do a loop,
Yeah, there he is.
which gives me a much better angle on coming back for the 2nd pass. This was way better.
Got 2. That guy's about to have fun with that nade.
There we go, I can be taught. The other thing I would just say about the Hydra Pods is that they actually work really well when you're cooperating with the rest of your team. People who are already in a battle against something on the ground, or when you have a Nightbird or another aircraft helping you target a heavier armored vehicle like this.
Distant!
Our forces are moving to back Alpha 1.
It goes to an even higher level when you start coordinating with your friends to take out the really dangerous vehicles.
Let's get the beam tap. Let's get the tank.
Good opening pass, and now just leave it to my friend to finish up.
Good job.
And there it is. And let's close out with just taking a look at a few more transport kills. Hydra Pods are brilliant, so make sure to make use of them.
Distant!
There's a vertibird coming in. I almost got him.
I didn't get the kill, but I did 99% of the work. Okay, let's take a look at a few more Rendezooks, and this one's very special. So this chap I'm playing against, Rinfinite, is one of the best pilots on the Asian servers. Check him out on Battle Tracker, he's insane. He gets him behind me, there is no way I'm escaping. All I can do is buy some time to get to the ceiling and pray this is gonna work.
Back, move! There's a MiG on your tail! There's a MiG on your tail! You haven't lost him! He's still with us! What are you doing?
Talk to me,
Maverick,
Goose.
get in there, for Christ's sake! Ice is in trouble! He's got no cover! Get in there, Maverick! You won't last down there alone! Get in the fight, for Christ's sake! Maverick!
As you can see here, I've completely lost sight of my jet, but I managed to get eyes on it.
They're weaker than when they started. Keep hitting!
I am so close to Rendezooking one of the best pilots I know.
Sector Delta has been secured.
I still can't believe that happened, and respect to Rinfinite. I'm not making fun of you, man. Huge respect. But yeah, the Rendezook often goes wrong, and here are my 2 favorite fails. I should be banned from playing these for missing that, but I decided to try and kill him instead of getting my jet. His afterburner just kicked in time to push him out the way, and I missed it. But this is my favorite. I hope you enjoy it. I found it hilarious. So in terms of jets, it's a draw, but it's descended into a slap fight. I was sweating, man. I so wanted to win this. Not sure I'm going to call that a win, but it's the best I'm going to get. Okay, let's close this out. As I said in the intro, I'm having a real problem with something here. People camping and putting down Irishes, so many Irish trophies that I just simply cannot get rid of them with a jet. And I have tried everything I can think of to do it legitimately, such as you're seeing here. So first take out his little Stinger bodyguard friend, and then try to machine gun out the Irish trophies. Okay, so I got them, but I'm too close. But here's the problem, as I'm sure many of you know. By the time you put a little bit of distance, looped around, and come back to make your missile strike, they're back. So I've got some players here who are sitting deep in their own spawn, completely protected by missiles. Seriously, how do you kill this person? It is absolutely infuriating. And even if you do manage to take out the trophy systems, and you're fighting a Tor, it's got APS, it can block you anyway. And then a Nightbird comes along and finishes you off. So I don't know about you guys, I am running into this problem all the time, and I am trying to be a grown-up about it. As you're going to see in here in this little lead-up, my squad and others are trying to take out this Tor the best we can. There you go, you see the missiles firing from someone?
No connect.
And my squad mate saying no connect from their missile. And if you try to get close on foot, you get sniped in the face. Okay, if that's the way you're going to play it, I'm afraid you've left me no choice.
Open. Return to the engagement.
Nice.
Oh, what is... Nah.
I really only have a problem with people who do it in vehicles, but just to end on a little bit of humor, a slight deviation from the jet, it is fun to troll Irish trophy campers. I love the Pond Hawk. I regret nothing. Okay, so that brings us to the end. Thank you very much if you made it this far. Just last 2 bits of wisdom from me. 1, please keep your eyes open for missiles. They're great big fireballs heading straight at you. They're pretty easy to spot, but it can be tricky to understand depth perception, and they're often a lot closer than you think. So the moment you see one, just break off. Otherwise, you're going to end up like this poor fellow. And second, if you're going to play jet and you spawn at the beginning of a round, please do not rush straight at the enemy line. Do a little loop, just let the other players come onto the board, because rushing directly at their entire AA, concentrated in one place, is not a good idea. As you can see, this chap's gone very long, used all of their mitigations, they've taken damage, and there's no way they're getting home. So you have been warned. There you go. Right, guys, that is the end. I hope you found this entertaining, informative. I hope it's encouraged you to give the jet a shot if you were a noob like me. And I'll leave you this funny glitch where I spawned in the jet and my entire screen went black except for the heads-up display. I did my best. All right, catch you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.